Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for joining us. We start the show with a topic that affects most of us on a daily basis: traffic. With transportation dollars diminishing while congestion grows here in Montgomery County, officials are pushing for more transportation funding. Susan Kennedy reports on a recent summit held by leaders to address this very issue. Susan?
Lorna, business leaders, elected officials, and transportation experts all came together recently to discuss new ways to find transportation revenue. It was a packed house at the Transportation Funding Summit, where officials gathered to brainstorm ideas to persuade legislators to increase the gas tax to generate much needed revenue for the state's roads, bridges, and transit system.
Everybody wants to relieve traffic congestion. Everybody wants to see new projects. Everybody wants to spark economic growth, but nobody wants to pay for it. The truth is, it's going to cost money, a whole lot of money. There is no magic solution. Don't believe in magic. As Warren Deschanel, director of the Department of Legislative Services, told us, one way or another, transportation improvements are going to be paid for. But the return on investment is enormous. We will generate jobs in every jurisdiction in Maryland, jobs for every strata of society.
Several county council members and County Executive Ike Leggett attended the event, as well as Prince George's County Executive Rushern Baker, Howard County Executive Ken Ullman, and President Candace Quinn Kelly of the Charles County Commission. State officials say traditional revenue sources for transportation are no longer producing enough money to meet the need to build new roads or transit.
The challenge that we need to convey to people that this problem is likely to get worse before it gets better. And so there are a large number of projects that are on the books that are being planned that literally cannot go forward. And we need to make certain that the transportation dollars that we generate go for transportation. And I think there's a disconnect which the public does not fully understand and appreciate, and we need to do a much better job of explaining that.
There are three major state projects with no funding at this time: the Quarter Cities Transitway, the Purple Line, and Baltimore's Red Line. Leventhal says the best way to create jobs and grow the economy is investing in transportation.
We need to build a statewide advocacy coalition to replenish the Maryland Transportation Trust Fund. If we do not replenish the trust fund, all of our road and transit projects statewide come to a halt.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Executive Leggett celebrated the 5-year anniversary of his pedestrian safety initiative that was launched on December 2007. The initiative has helped decrease pedestrian fatalities and collisions, focusing on education, engineering, and enforcement. Some results include reducing collisions by 45% in high incident areas and reducing collisions by 72% within a quarter mile of schools targeted for engineering, education, and enforcement activities.
Over the last 5 years, we've seen remarkable success. That success is borne out by the figures that we see today. That success comes from the following of a strong strategic plan, marshaling existing resources and devoting new resources in targeted and in informed ways. From a high of 19 fatalities in 2008, pedestrian deaths dropped to 11 last year. And thus far, we're talking only a 6 this year, but that's far too many.
As part of a recent senior safety summer, 4 county departments teamed up to promote senior citizen safety and to make sure that this sector of the community is fully aware of scams targeting them. Fire, police, health and human services, and consumer affairs. All 4 came together to inform seniors on how to be safe and to protect themselves from potential fraud and scams.
We have far too many people who want to take advantage, and people who are oftentimes most vulnerable are seniors, seniors who have been victims of all kinds of scams. And you think of it, someone has tried to do it, and seniors are the people who are most vulnerable to all of this. And so we've tried to provide them with some tips and some information, because the best consumer is an informed consumer. The better we prepare them, the better we will be in terms of a community to reject some of the things that are happening.
Another important issue faced by the aging population is home fires. The fire department wanted to ascertain that seniors know how to obtain a new free smoke detector.
Smoke alarms and CO alarms, and that we go out on Saturday afternoons free of charge to any county resident, install smoke alarms. And we told them to call 311 if they needed some help, 911 if they ever smelled smoke or their smoke alarm went off. But we also have the county police here today. They're speaking with seniors about their own personal safety as well as security in the home and when they travel.
In addition to storm and emergency preparedness, officials also wanted to make this community aware of the need for an active lifestyle and to stay fit to prevent falls. For most attendees, being aware of resources and knowing that authorities want them to be safe and alert was comforting.
The best of the best information I got it that police, they have got some of the people there's a one officer in the police where we can always call him or her to get many of the helps which I never knew it, that police has got those type of the facilities. And an assurance once again that police is here to help you, not to harass you or not to write you the tickets only.
I found it very useful because a lot of times we receive phone calls as seniors and we don't know how to respond sometimes, and we do think that things are free, and it was just a good time for us to just remember that nothing is free and that we shouldn't allow ourselves to be taken advantage of.
If you're a senior in Montgomery County and feel that perhaps you have been the victim of a fraud or a scam, call the Office of Consumer Protection at 240-777-3636. This week on our Spanish language radio show, Montgomery al Día, we had Maryland Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown as our guest. We talked about the upcoming legislative session in Annapolis once the Assembly reconvenes on January 9th, the implementation of the Maryland Dream Act by colleges, the impact the fiscal cliff could have in Maryland, and the forecast for the next fiscal year.
By reducing the size of government without major layoffs.
Eso lo hemos logrado reduciendo lo que es el tamaño del gobierno, las funciones del gobierno, sin tener desempleos de gran cuantía.
And we've had to make cuts in pretty much every program area except K through 12 education.
Hemos implementado recortes en prácticamente todos los programas, con la excepción de la educación de preescolar hasta el 12º grado.
And in fact, the aid or the investment in our schools today is about 40% over or more than what it was 6 years ago.
You can watch the entire bilingual show by visiting the county's YouTube channel at montgomerycountymd.gov. When we come back, we'll tell you how some local leaders propose to tackle hunger among children in our community, and give you a ride option during the holidays to avoid drinking and driving.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, we take a preview of the FY14 city budget when County Report This Week continues.
Going shopping this holiday season? Coming up with the perfect gift for everyone on your list isn't easy. It takes a lot of creativity to get the right gift for the right person. But when you find the perfect gift, don't add to your holiday stress. Be prepared when you stop to shop. You don't have to be this creative. Be sure to bring your reusable bags. Bring your bag. Fight litter.
This season, don't let a holiday celebration become a tragedy. If you're drinking, designate a driver. If anyone in your party has had too much to drink, see that they get a ride home with someone sober or call them a taxi. If you need a ride home, call Sober Ride at 800-200-TAXI. Sober Ride will give you a free ride home up to a $30 fare. For more information on taxi service in Montgomery County, go to our website at montgomerycountymd.gov.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. As cities and counties around the state prepare for their upcoming 2014 budget, some tough decisions might need to be made in ways of finding areas to reduce. The city of Rockville is right in the middle of the budget process, and our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has an update. Bridget?
That's right. Members of the mayor and council are taking a close look at all aspects of the city budget, and this year, some tough decisions will need to be made.
And we do plan on refining those over the next few months.
Budget and Finance Manager Stacy Webster presented again before the mayor and council to discuss the city's 2014 budget.
We just wanted to give you the opportunity if there's any additional items you want to discuss from the survey. We will take that direction tonight. If not, we will take what we have here and move forward with our own internal process.
The mayor and council are looking into potential adjustments to programs and services due to the low anticipated property tax assessments expected in January. Rockville has made cuts to the budget the past several years, yet still faces financial hurdles for the foreseeable future, due in large part to an increase in government spending paired with a decrease in property tax revenues and limited revenues from other governments. City Manager Barb Matthews expects to make her proposal in mid-March, but you don't have to wait until then to get involved. Here are the ways you can weigh in on what's important to you. Residents can give their comments during Citizens Forum at every mayor and council meeting, stop by a mayor and council drop-in session, attend an upcoming public hearing, generate a citizen service request, or email your comments to the mayor and council at mayorandcouncil@rockvillemd.gov. To learn more about Rockville's budget and the FY14 process, go online to rockvillemd.gov/budget.
It's no secret hunger is an issue here in Montgomery County. However, some local leaders are doing their part to close the gap among school-age children through a program that focuses on providing breakfast to all students. Susan Kennedy has a story.
As elected officials, we got into this work to make people's lives better.
Councilmember Valerie Irvin and a coalition of officials are joining forces to highlight the need for additional funding for universal breakfast in our schools through the Maryland Meals for Achievement program.
In Montgomery County, 1 out of every 7 children is at risk of hunger. And over the last 3 academic years, the number of children qualifying for free and reduced meals has increased more than 25%, with more than 47,000 children now falling below 185% of the federal poverty level. Can I ask you what you like about your lunch? Pancakes. You like pancakes? Currently, Montgomery County has more than 80 schools that meet the criteria to participate in the Maryland Meals for Achievement program, but only 40 schools are benefiting from this program today.
When we think about what happened in Newtown, Connecticut, it has forced us to think about the safety of our children. And I can appreciate that, but one thing that keeps our children safe is to know that they're well fed, to know that they have their needs met all throughout the day, not just to worry about threats that come through the door, but sometimes those threats are just simply by virtue of your inability to be fed during the day or at night when you go home.
The event was held at Roscoe Nix Elementary School in Silver Spring, where close to 70% of the students participate in the free breakfast program. Experts agree a nutritious meal is the most immediate and cost-effective way to improve a child's health and performance in the classroom.
These are all our children, that this is our first task. Caring for our children, it's our first job. And if we don't get that right, we don't get anything right. And that is, as a society, how we will be judged. Making sure children get breakfast is just part of the underlying universal sentiment that I think we all feel, letting them know that they are loved and teaching them to love in return.
Officials are asking for $1.8 million in state funding in this year's budget to fund universal breakfast for an additional 57,000 children in Maryland.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
In Silver Spring, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
And now we go to Officer Rebecca Innocenti for an update about 5 homicides that have occurred throughout the county. Officer?
Thank you, Lorna. That's correct. The county has experienced 5 homicides since the early morning hours of December 3rd, and also a shooting that occurred on December 18th. That shooting on December 18th occurred in the 14,100 block of Connecticut Avenue at the Northgate Park, which is in the Aspen Hill area of the county. A 21-year-old victim is left in grave condition at a local hospital, and a 19-year-old male from Olney has been arrested and charged in that shooting. In terms of the 5 homicides, detectives do not believe that any of these homicides are related, and do believe that in 4 of these homicides, the victim and suspect or suspects had some knowledge of one another before the incident. They had some type of association or relationship. in one homicide which occurred on December 16th. Detectives do believe that is strictly stranger-based and was actually an attempt robbery and then a shooting occurred. Detectives are encouraging the public who have any information to please call them. Please call the Major Crimes Division at 240-773-5070, and of course you can always call Crime Solvers and remain anonymous with information.
Thank you, Officer Innocenti, for that update. Now here's Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation with some important information about not drinking and driving. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, a Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. This season, don't let a holiday celebration become a tragedy. Every year, more than 400 people are injured in alcohol-related collisions in Montgomery County. If you're drinking, designate a driver. If anyone in your party has had too much to drink, see that they get a ride home with someone sober or call them a taxi. The Washington Regional Alcohol Program, or WRAP, is a nonprofit public-private coalition formed to fight drunk driving. Through state, federal, and corporate funding, WRAP operates a free cab service called Sober Ride. If you need a ride home from the district or surrounding counties, including Montgomery, call Sober Ride at 800-200-TAXI. Sober Ride will give you a free ride home up to a $30 fare. Since 1993, Sober Ride has provided 50,000 free cab rides to impaired drivers. For more information on taxi service in Montgomery County, go to our website at montgomerycountymd.gov. We're working to keep your holidays safe.
When we come back, we'll give you the tools to have more access to Montgomery County government. And Montgomery College celebrates one of their marquee programs. Stay tuned.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
I'm home. Over 1 million Americans at risk of foreclosure have been helped by Making Home Affordable. Find out now what your options are. I'm home where I belong.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery County officials have recently announced new open government efforts to improve transparency, accessibility, and efficiency. My MC Media's Sonia Burke reports.
I'm in the Montgomery County Executive's offices where local officials have announced a new website to engage and inform area residents.
The new Open Montgomery website includes 4 distinct open government portals: Access Montgomery, Data Montgomery, Engage Montgomery, and Mobile Montgomery. These portals offer easy access to services along with data sets that can be sorted and used in various ways, including being leveraged by businesses in the development of new applications.
Council member Hans Riemer authored the Open Data Act of 2012, which recently passed unanimously, and he's the council's lead for digital government.
Our goal here is to help Montgomery County earn the recognition that it deserves as an innovation capital in this country.
One expert said Montgomery County is already way ahead of other counties and on par with most major cities when it comes to digital technology and innovation.
Montgomery County is the leading county in the United States in terms of receiving awards for innovation and technology leadership. And I think the county often doesn't realize that collectively, all these accomplishments that they've had over the years, right now, with what I've seen today, puts them on par with all the major cities of this country And counties don't always get the recognition. You know, it's always, you hear about the cities, you hear about the New Yorks and Bostons and Chicagos and Philadelphias. In this case, Montgomery County is right up there with them.
The county's open government efforts are designed to better serve county residents, employees, and other partners.
We want to send the message to all our communities, including our employees, residents, businesses, partners, that we are open to engage them.
For more information, visit the county's new Open Montgomery website. For County Report this week, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
The past and the future of a unique educational program was celebrated at Montgomery College, and MCTV's Michael Brown was there.
A reception was held recently for new students and graduates of the Alternative Certification for Effective Teachers Program, or ACET. The program is a partnership between Montgomery College and MCPS, created to deal with the shortage of teachers in Maryland. MC Professor Deborah Posey runs the program.
So we are a certified program that takes people who have the bachelor's degree, master's degree, in some cases PhD in their subject field, and prepares them to quickly move into the field of teaching in their subject area.
Students in the program are chosen after interviews with MC and MCPS.
Most of them are transitioning out of another career. It's not designed for new college grads, really designed for people who have some experience to bring and some applications to bring to their classes. And then we help teach them how to do things like keep their class under control and understand when students have special needs and how they need to be dealt with, things like that.
MC Professor Glenda Baca has been teaching in the program since the beginning.
The Institute is divided into 8 different modules, and my modules are human development, learning theories, diversity, and special education.
Amy Soldavini is an ACET grad currently teaching English at Loiterman Middle School.
Oh, this is a fabulous program. It's special. It's a huge benefit to have the program so tied to MCPS and know the system you're coming into.
And Professor Posey derives significant professional satisfaction from observing students progress through the program and into MCPS classrooms.
The thing that I have most enjoyed about working with the program has been all the interviews where I sit and talk to the potential candidates and hear people say things like, I always wanted to be a teacher, I made this choice to do something else, and I've decided now's the time I'm going to come back and do what I always wanted to do. And when I get to see those people come back like now and they're doing it, that's pretty great. That's pretty great.
For County Report this week from Montgomery College, I'm Michael Brown.
Own a historic home in Rockville? You might be eligible for tax credits. Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has an update on this program and on how the city is applying to become a part of the Montgomery County Heritage Area. Here's the story.
Robin Zeke treasures Rockville's history.
It's real, and that is the point about historic preservation, that you have the real artifacts, the authentic elements of the past, and we do need them. We need them to make us special, and we also need them to challenge our beliefs about the past.
That's why she's making sure residents know about the historic tax credit being offered right now.
We're entering the tax credit season, so we really want people to think about whether they can take advantage of that opportunity. And we have lots of information on our website. But the quick story is there are 3 different programs, and only one of them is actually monitored by the city, and that is the county tax credit program. And that program, all the applications would come to me, and then I will take that to the Historic District Commission for a recommendation. But that program then is administered by the county's finance department.
Also, Rockville is applying to be part of the Montgomery County Heritage Area. Once adopted, the city and nonprofits can be eligible for state grants to help support historic preservation events and activities.
The Heritage Area is actually a state program, and it's been a priority of the state since its inception in 1995-96 is when it was devised, adopted, and every year they have been putting a lot of money statewide into promotion of the state's heritage.
For more information on Rockville's historical program, go online to rockvillemd.gov/historic.
Students, staff, and parents of Greencastle Elementary School got an early start on the holidays, making spirits bright with food, good cheer, and music. MCPS TV has the story.
Hundreds of families came together for the 4th annual Winter Celebration Feast at Greencastle Elementary School on December 12th. The guests were treated to a turkey dinner with all the fixings and were entertained by the smooth jazz sounds of the Nassar Abadi Trio from Strathmore.
We're definitely reaching out to our school community. We want to have a much stronger bond between home and school. So we're always pushing events that bring our students and our parents together with our staff to kind of enjoy things outside of reading, writing, and arithmetic as we develop a whole child, so we want that partnership.
The meal was purchased, prepared, and served by school staff and members of the school's PTA.
I think this is just a fun event to attend. Like I said, it's free. Everybody can come. All family members and community members are welcome to show up. So it's a great way for people to come, and they really like seeing their teachers serve them foods. The musical entertainment is also great.
With lots of good food and great music, it was evident that this community celebration was a big hit with the students and their families.
I like the delicious food they had. Thank you, Greencastle. The dinner was delicious, and I hope we have it next year.
It's a good way for the school to, give back to the community. It puts you in the holiday mood.
When we come back, we'll tell you how to recycle that Christmas tree. We'll be right back.
There's a reason why area law enforcement are out enforcing pedestrian and traffic safety laws and preventing killer pedestrian crashes. Be alert. Be street smart.
The William E. Cross Foundation has awarded Montgomery College a grant that will provide scholarships for MC students in financial need. Scholarships will benefit veterans choosing any major, plus students majoring in business, computer science, paralegal, or criminal justice studies. Montgomery College math professor John Hammond has been named Maryland Professor of the Year by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching and the Council for Advancement and Support of Education. This marks the 4th consecutive year an MC professor has received this prestigious award. And MC Professor Sharon Fechter has been named President-elect of the American Association of Teachers of Spanish and Portuguese. She is the first community college professor to be elected president of the association.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Starting the day after Christmas and until February 1st, residents may recycle natural Christmas trees by placing the entire tree at the curb by 7 a.m. on their recycling collection day. Do remember to remove the stand and all decorations for recycling. There should be nothing attached to the tree. For more information about recycling your natural Christmas tree, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling. In our Pet of the Week segment, let's go to Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society. Today, she brings us a female cat. Kathy?
This is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society. And this little lady is Olympia. She's just about a year old, and if you like a petite kitty cat, this is one petite little lady. She is very tiny, very thin, very, very cute and dainty, and she is very, very affectionate. This is a cat that just likes to rub its face on your lap and just meow and cuddle. And she's got a great little twitchy tail, very long tail. She's kind of a medium, longish hair, not really short hair. Very cute, very sweet. And she wants to go home. She is not spayed right now, but she will be spayed upon adoption. And she likes people, she likes adults, she likes kids, and she even likes other cats. I'm not too sure how she is with other dogs, but she's probably fine. But she is a real sweetie. So remember, come visit her at the shelter. Her name is Olympia. She wants to go home with you.
come give us a call at 240-773-5967 or visit her on the web at mchumane.org.
With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for watching and have a safe and happy holiday season.